Narcissists absolutely know what empathy is. How do you know that? Because, well, they fake it. If they didn't know what empathy was, they could not fake it. And when you first encounter a narcissist, you don't know this person, you're just now meeting them, just now forming maybe a friendship or a love interest with this person, they show a lot of fake empathy. So they know what it is, but they really don't have any themselves. They are truly, genuinely, well, let me say it this way. They don't care about you, but they can make you think they care about you. So we're talking about 7 parts of or we could call them 7 components of the mind of a narcissist. And the number one thing that comes to my mind when I think back on my 70 plus years of dealing with these people is they just flat out don't care about other people. They have no empathy. They can fake it so they can control you. They use it as a bond. They use it to bring you into their sphere of influence, but they don't have any real empathy. They don't care about you, and that's what makes them so dangerous. Is because you think they genuinely care, when in reality they are just using you. Okay, number 2 is this. You're just a tool to the narcissist. That is to say, they exploit you. So you are there for one reason and one reason only, and that is so they can get from you, not to give something to you. I give you an example. Sitting here on my desk, I've got a desktop, I've got this empty Pepsi bottle. This is Diet Pepsi, by the way, if you care to know. And what am I going to do with this? I'm going to throw it away. Why? Because I'm done with it. I used it. It had pop in it. It tasted good. I enjoyed it. It served me well, and now it's trash. And I got to tell you, once I throw this thing in the trash can, I'm not going to think about it. A year from now, 10 years from now, I'm not going to wonder whatever happened to that Pepsi bottle. You know, the one that I had back in 2024. See how old I am? I'm so old. I still think it's the 20th century. I'm not going to think about this. I've gone through, I don't know how many thousands of Pepsi bottles. I don't think about them. They're out of my mind. The narcissist uses you like a bottle. He or she is interested in your contents, what they can suck out of you. And once they're done with you, the bottle, they throw you away. And you're not the first. They've done it to others. Just like, I've, thousands of Pepsi bottles that I've trashed. I don't think about them. I don't care. The only one I care about is the next one not because I care about the bottle, but I care about what's in it. Okay, enough of that analogy, but you get the idea. They are exploiting you. You are just a tool, a vessel, and once they're done with you, they will discard you. Now, if they're not done with you, if they need you for something else, well, they might hang on to you. So maybe I'm in a circumstance where I don't happen to have a glass for water. Okay, so I'll keep my Pepsi bottle because I want to use it for water. I don't care about the bottle itself. Anything would work just about as long as it's practical. And again, you are the bottle. You are being used by the narcissist. And once we understand that empathy will turn immediately to exploitation, subtly but immediately, actually from the very get-go, it is exploitation. We understand why this thing just isn't working out very well. Number 3 is they are manipulative. Now, the way to understand manipulation in the mind of a narcissist is for me, and again, I'm drawing on my experiences over the past 70-some years, but when I was a little kid back in the 50s, maybe in the early 60s, I don't know, I had these little toy soldiers I would play with. And this is long before, there were games that you would play on the computer. We would play with real, physical little plastic toys. Little plastic cars sometimes we'd play with. But these little toy soldiers, little green toy soldiers, I would make them do whatever I wanted them to do. Sometimes I would knock them off a cliff. Actually, I'd knock them off a sofa or a table, but in my mind, my imagination, They fell off a cliff. Poor guy, he died. And that's all they were to me. They were just toys, and when I was done with them, I put them away. Now the narcissist is playing with you like a toy soldier. That's all you are. That's all everybody is to a narcissist. These are people that they manipulate for their own enjoyment. We call that supply, where it boosts rather their ego. Number 4 is this: they love to belittle you because that shows them, in their way of thinking, that they are somehow superior. And again, that is the supply. The supply is anything that boosts their ego. So they will belittle you time and time and time again. Virtually every narcissist that I have encountered, he or she will either want to belittle me in the eyes of others, maybe by being abusive and obnoxious, where others will see it and they'll see that dominance that they have over me, or at least they presume they do. But a lot of times they use sarcasm or ridicule, but either way, it comes out the same. They are belittling me in an effort to show themselves a standard above me, or maybe several standings above me in the social hierarchy. So this is a part of the mind of a narcissist. Okay, we got 4 things. Number 1 so far. We've got 3 more to go, and then we'll tie this all together. But they just absolutely positively are void of empathy. Number 2, they will exploit you like a bottle of pop. Number 3, they will manipulate you like toy soldiers. Number 4, they will belittle you to show their superiority and your inferiority in front of others. That's really important. Now, the ironic thing here is number 5 is they are hypersensitive to criticism. If you belittle a narcissist, or if you criticize a narcissist, and sometimes the narcissist will view a suggestion as a criticism when it's not meant to be that way. And I think everyone does that to some point. Someone may suggest something that you are doing that you could do better. Maybe, you could comb your hair. I didn't comb my hair before I started. And if you were to say, Ken, next time you make a video, you might want to take a minute and straighten out your hair. Well, okay, I'm autistic and hair is not my thing. But if I were a narcissist, I would take great offense with that. I mean, how dare you criticize something about me? And you weren't even intending to criticize. You were trying to be helpful. They are hypersensitive. If you show anything, express anything about the narcissist, to the narcissist, or to others, at least the narcissists that I've known over my 7+ decades, they absolutely positively hate it. They can't stand it. I think it's because they are being forced to face reality. The mask comes off. They have to realize that they are not superior, that they are not superhumans. Number 6 is they are so entitled, or they think they are. They deserve more than you, and conversely, you deserve less than them. Always. Now, sometimes there are some exceptions that I have seen with some narcissists. For example, some narcissists will try to elevate a family member, and I think that's kind of normal because we have in-group biases. But that is the only time they do that. You have to keep in mind that narcissists are not on a team. They are a team of one. So if they are literally on a team, say a sports team, what they care about is being the quarterback. They care about being the center. They want to be the high scorer. They want to be the one who gets all the attention above and beyond their teammates. They're not team players. No, they will pretend to be so they can dominate the team, but they're not. They are entitled. They deserve more. The 7th thing I've noticed about narcissists is they just have a tone about them. They try to hide this, and most of them are pretty good at it, particularly initially, because they know how to come across as friendly and helpful and supportive, but it begins to fade, It's kind of like when the sun rises in the morning and the darkness begins to fade and you start to see what is really there. Same thing is true as a narcissist. They have this haughty tone arrogant tone about them. The way they express themselves verbally, the way they express themselves non-verbally, and the way they communicate. Well, a good example is the narcissist thinks he or she should sit in the front seat of the car. They think they should sit by the door, and if there's 3 people in the front seat, you ever done that before? You sit in the middle, or better yet, they should drive. All the time, every time. Now, that may seem to be kind of an odd illustration, and it probably is, but you extrapolate that across their entire lives, their behavior. They're just haughty people, and you don't see it at first, but they are always dominant over others, haughty. So let's tie all these things together. What we see in the narcissist is simply the reality that these people are all about one thing, and that is about themselves. By the way, self-confidence is a good thing, but a narcissist is somebody that goes way beyond self-confidence. Granted, they do have self-confidence. That's all they have. They have so much confidence in themselves that they think that nobody else matters ever except to serve them, to please them. So when you are dealing with somebody who is at first seems to be impressive because they are self-confident, you got to be careful because that may be more than just confidence. And we have to ask ourselves the question, why are we bonded to these people? Why is this person my love interest? Why is this person my friend? And the answer is because they made us feel good initially. And they will keep doing that. You know, they will discard us, they will abuse us, and then they'll do something to draw us back in. That's called trauma bonding, by the way, and we need to be aware of that. So when someone abuses you repeatedly, then draws you back in repeatedly, and you're thinking, okay, I misunderstood this person. They're not as bad as I thought they were. And then they do it again. You need to understand that you are, as we said earlier, number 3, you are being manipulated. There is a red dot, lower right-hand corner of the screen. Click on the dot, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the bell. You can get notifications when we upload videos. There is a rectangle in the lower left-hand corner of your screen. Click on the rectangle, and you can access past videos. Keep on listening. We will see you all next time.